Hello students. Students, where do you live? Where do your friends live? Of course, you and your friends live in home or hostel. But can you say where do earthworms live? They live in the soil, and in this class we are going to learn about soil. Soil is one of the most important natural resources. It is the home for many organisms like worms, rodents, moles and beetles, etc. Soil is essential for agriculture, and you know agriculture provides food, clothing and shelter for all. Hence, soil is an inseparable part of our life. Have you ever seen the digging of a well or a pond? Do the soil at every level looks the same type? Of course not, because soil is composed of distinct layers. A vertical section through different layers of the soil is called the soil profile. Each layer differs in texture, color, depth and chemical composition. These layers are referred to as horizons. The uppermost horizon is generally dark in color as it is rich in humus and minerals. The next layer has a lesser amount of humus but more of minerals. This layer is generally harder and more compact and is called the B horizon or the middle layer. The third layer is the C horizon, which is made up of small lumps of rocks with cracks and crevices. Below this layer, bedrock is present, which is hard and difficult to dig with a spade. Now, let us discuss how the soil is formed. Soil is formed from the weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks produces small particles of various materials. These include sand and clay. The relative amount of sand and clay depends upon the rock from which the particles were formed, that is the parent rock. The mixture of rock particles and humus is called the soil. The soil is classified on the basis of proportion of particles of various sizes. According to this, the soil can be classified as sandy, clayey or loamy soil. If soil contains greater proportion of big particles, it is called sandy soil. If the proportion of fine particles is relatively higher, then it is called clayey soil. If the amount of large and fine particles is about the same, then it is called loamy. The sizes of particles in a soil have a very important influence on its properties. Sand particles are quite large. They cannot fit closely together, so there are large spaces between them. These spaces are filled with air. We say that the sand is well aerated. Water can drain quickly through the spaces between the sand particles. So, sandy soils tend to be light, well aerated and rather dry. Clay particles, being much smaller, pack tightly together, leaving little space for air. The clay soils have little air, but they are heavy as hold more water than the sandy soil. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand, clay and another type of soil particle known as silt. Silt occurs as a deposit in river beds. The size of the silt particles is between those of sand and clay. The loamy soil also has humus in it. It has the right water holding capacity for the growth of plants. So, dear students, in this class we learned that soil profile is a section through different layers of the soil. Also, we learned different types of soil, that is clayey, loamy and sandy soil. In the next class, we will learn about different properties of soil. Thank you.